Okay, guys, this is going to be a short video, just exactly like the ones that we like, right? What I want to talk to you a little bit about is the Institutional Review Board that we'll have to get our studies approved by at Shawnee State. I'm thinking some of you have talked to me about possibly bringing data in from other universities or community colleges. Keep in mind that you're going to be responsible for tapping into their expectations in terms of using human subjects and data on human subjects. I'm going to start here with Shawnee State, and I'll tell you, this is a tough, very difficult site to find. So, right up here, obviously you've got a way that you can access it. It says that you can go through university committees from the home page. I've yet to find that, but anyway, maybe you're smarter than me and you can do that. But so what I want you to do is start out on the home page of the Institutional Review Board, and then we'll get into what you'll need to do depending on your particular study. And it says in the second sentence, the purpose of the IRB is to review all research with human research participants that is conducted by individuals, faculty, staff, and students associated with SSU, and research involving the Shawnee State University and students as research participants. Now, you can imagine, need for this type of thing, for example, at the University of Kentucky or any medical school, where they're maybe come up with a potential I don't know, a medication maybe to lower cholesterol or whatever it may be, and you're working with the experimental control groups where you're giving one a placebo and they have high cholesterol and you think your cholesterol medicine will work, well, you'll give that to your experimental group. Well, there's ethical questions and considerations that you have to kind of work through. We're not going to be doing anything like that in any of our studies, but we are probably going to be dealing with some sort of student data. Now, let's just run through this. To submit an application, if you'll click this, it'll tell you exactly what you need to do. And Ed, the director of IRB, I met with him the other day at the graduate council meeting. He came in and explained the process a little better to us. He said that for most research, he reviews these things, meets with the IRB board, and they make decisions within a week. So keep that in mind as we go on through this process. Now, the first thing I'd want you to do is click this link, and it's a pretty clever link, and it tells you, leads you through what you need to do. Now, I'm not going to sit here and read this to you. I just encourage you to think about the research that you are potentially going to propose to me, and hopefully get accepted so you can carry this thing out. And go through the flow chart and see what kind of IRB review process you're going to need. Now, I suspect that most of you will not need the full review. You're going to need the exempt review application. And you can see when I click that, it opened up down here. And this is what you would need to fill out. So along with me and the other people that you're going to work with, we'll go through this and we'll take care of this and present it. Something else I want you to keep in mind is take a look at the expedited review, and I'm not going to go through this in full because I don't yet know what you guys are going to do, and I don't know where you'll fall. But there are three status. There's an exempt review. I think that most of you are going to fall in there. There's an expedited review, and then there's a full review. Again, read each one of those, see where you think you're going to fall. We'll talk that over when you submit your proposal. Now, one thing you're going to need to do is this NIH human research training. And apparently, this is pretty quick. It's not something you're going to spend hours on. But anyway, it says every researcher, both student and faculty, submitted an application. So guys, you're going to submit an application. That application is either going to be an exempt application, expedited, or full research. Doesn't matter. If you're doing research at Shawnee State University, it's my understanding that you have to go through this training. I haven't clicked this yet, so let's just click it and see what happens. It looks like to me that you're going to have to set, let me make this a little larger. Looks like to me you're going to have to set up an application, or set up registration, create an account, and go through the process of training. So guys, in all your free time between now and at least by the end of the semester, this is some training that I'm going to expect you to complete. Now, let's say 3 of you are working together, and do all 3 of you have to complete this registration? I don't know the answer to that, but let's play it safe, and let's say that the answer to that is yes. So guys, not a lot going on here. It's just something I want you to be aware of. That is Shawnee State University, regardless of, and not only Shawnee State, but I know when I did research at University of Kentucky, their IRB was a lot tougher to deal with. The turnaround on the application process was not a week. Sometimes it was a semester. So it was something you really had to have on your radar in terms of the study that you were going to conduct. Again, some of you have talked about working with Southern States. Some of you talked about working with OU, Ohio State, different places, getting data from those universities and colleges. Keep in mind that even if you don't have the student name, you're still dealing with student data, and you're going to need to get more than likely approved by the IRB at that university. And again, this is your responsibility to contact the university, become familiar with their IRB process, and we don't want to get in any trouble here. Last thing we want to do is next semester get through our study and realize 2/3 of the way or 3/4 of the way through that we didn't get it approved by IRB at that particular university, and we get our study scrapped. So guys, we obviously don't want that. So in a nutshell, what I want you to do in this video is there's really just one goal. I want you to become familiar with the site. I want you to know it's out there. I want you to understand that you're going to have to submit an application, and even if it's exempt or expedited, which I think most of our research will fall in. So, guys, that's all I got. I just wanted you to be aware of this.